Diane and Denmark here, and yoo-hoo, it is Monday morning. We're now home from Tokyo. As I said to you about 10 days ago, I was off on a family vacation to Tokyo, and we had a fantastic time, and I managed to film a little bit. I never film the family, that's why you don't see them. I like to give them their privacy. But I managed to film a wee bit, so I'll try and put together some highlights from our trip. Anyway, straight back into routines as usual. When I was away, I had already prepped and uploaded the first of the Flyladies cruising through the holiday mission, so I hope you enjoyed those. You'll be seeing those all this month, and I'll also be filming lots of new stuff. So anyway, on with today. We are back in Zone 4. It's the 4th week of the month, which means we're back in Zone 4, which is, as you can see, the master bedroom. And remember, just take 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever you have, and get started in this room. You know, just try and do a little every day if you can. Otherwise, you know, just use those magic minutes where you have a few minutes before you go to bed, or when you're getting dressed in the morning. You may want to look around the room. You know, perhaps you have a chair which is piled up with clothes. Maybe you want to start by folding those. Perhaps beside your bed you have piles of newspapers, books, cups, snotty hankies. Let's get rid of those. With my clothes, what I do is when I take them off in the evening, I hang them up and I air them. You know, unless it's something that needs to be washed, I hang them up and air them, and then they go back. They go back into my wardrobe. But anyway, I'm not going to show you me cleaning in here today. If you want to see me cleaning in here today, I'll put a link to my playlist. I've got a playlist that's called Flylady Zones, and you can go in and you can see me decluttering and detail cleaning in each zone. What I'm going to do today, which is part of Zone 4, is I'm going to be looking at my winter coats, because we've got another clothes swap party coming up. And you know, I've been doing the Dress in Your Truth program. Let me just grab my cards, because they're in here in my dresser. And I now know which are the best colours for me, and you know, what to avoid and what not to wear. So I'm going to take you downstairs, and I'm going to be going through my winter coats. So anyway, if you want to you know, fold some laundry, tidy off your desk at work, please work along with me. The idea with my videos is that I film in real time, and also that you get off, you know, your bahookie and just do a little bit with me, because it's all very well kind of sitting watching cleaning and decluttering videos, but unless you do something, nothing is going to change for you. So anyway, let's get downstairs and let's get started. So are you ready to run down the stairs? Hope you've got your shoes on, your lace-up indoor shoes. Okay, just hold on. Okay, they're not ideal conditions for filming down here, but you know, we're not all about the fancy lighting here. At the weekend, actually, I looked through my shoes, because as I said, we're going to this clothes swap party again. It's Viveka who's hosting this time, and I've already got a couple of bags of things that my daughter has decluttered recently, and I just wanted to show you. I've been through my shoes, and I've identified a few things like black summer sandals, and a pair of black lace-up shoes, and some flats. These are all going. And I've mentioned to you before that I'm doing the Dress in Your Truth system, and I've realised a lot of the things that I have, I can use them by refashioning things. You know, maybe dyeing them a different colour, spraying jewellery from you know, silver to gold or a different colour. Oh, hold on, there's also a pair of boots, black boots. Let's get them out of the bag. There we are. So those are going as well. And these, you will remember, do you remember I had the taupe coloured boots? These are the ones that I had in black. So the black ones I'm giving away. The taupe ones I used suede dye and turned them into navy blue, and I've been using those a lot recently, so I'm really pleased with those. Let me just get those into the bag. Close up. And at the moment I'm also turning a pair of kind of reddish brown leather boots into dark chocolate brown. So anyway, you'll see that in another video. Anyway, let's go on with the coats. And as before, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take one at a time and see what. This is one that I actually got as a swap item with Vibeke. That I'm definitely keeping. I've brought that down from the hall cupboard down to here now because it's too cold for wearing now. In Denmark we are in autumn season, but it is actually. Feels more like winter because when we went down for a swim the other morning, it was 5 degrees Celsius, which I think is like 44 F. So I'm already using my winter coats. Now this one is a kind of bleh colour, which I suppose would be great maybe for a type 2, I don't know, type 3. And with all the things that I'm taking out today, I'll check with my daughter, see if there's anything that she wants, and if not, they go to Vibeke gets first dibs, and then to the clothes swap party. But this one is going to be is not coming back to me anyway. So that's one. And this winter coat, this is one that I got at the clothes swap party last year. And it's actually, I don't know if you can see there, it's actually quite a light green. It's not a dirty green, it's a light green. So that is a T1 colour, and it's by Philippa K, which I love. It's a very high-end Scandinavian brand, and I wore that a lot last year. So I'm gonna, that's a keeper. Yeah, I'm afraid that the colours down here, that they don't really come up well. Okay, this one, oh yeah. How I love this one. I think I'm going to hang on to it for a bit. It's not really my colours, but it's just one of those nostalgic things, and I just love the leopard print. I feel so glamorous. Anyway, I'm holding on to that for now. Remember, you don't need to get rid of everything in one go. We're just doing it in baby steps. Right, here we are. Next one. And this is the blue parka coat that I told you about that my daughter had. Was it last year, the year before? Nice Danish brand again, Samsø, if you've heard of Danish brands. And it's a navy, I know it looks black, but this is actually a navy colour. And I'm going to be wearing that this year. It's a really nice heavy parka coat with kind of chocolate brown fur. So that's another good one for me, for when it's really, really cold. Okay, and this one is, yeah, this is one of my own Philippa Co coats, which, and now it's a lovely wool, long wool coat, very classic style. And I'm not going to be wearing this again, but I think my daughter will probably want it. This is a classic wool coat. And I don't buy coats very often, but when I do, I try and get good quality ones. And this one I've had probably about 8 or 9 years, and it's got not a funnel collar, but anyway. So I'm going to check with my daughter about that. I'm thinking she will want that one. Okay, next. Ooh. Right, this is another parka coat, but again, it's a kind of drab, what would I describe that as? Kind of petrol blue, but a kind of dirty petrol blue. Oh, and here's a pair of gloves. We're actually, you saw me going through the gloves last week. Okay, this one, I'll check with my daughter again, but I think this is another one that can go to the clothes swap. And somebody else will appreciate that right now. And the gloves can go in the washing. Right, this one, which is just falling off a hanger. A black puffer coat. Again, I'll check with my daughter about that one. Right, where are we now? And this is, and I know you think we have a lot of outerwear here, but we really have 4 distinct seasons. Perhaps if you are living in a different part of the world where it's kind of, you know, spring weather all year round, you're not going to have the same amount as me, but perhaps you have something else that you've been hanging on to, like knickknacks, crafting supplies, collections of owls, you know, whatever it is. Now this one is Bergen's, which is another Scandinavian make. This is a fantastic raincoat, black, and it's one of those ones that water cannot get through at all. I can't remember, it's like, you know, when you have a tent and it's got the different degrees of water resistance. These are fantastic. They're very, very expensive, but you only need kind of one to last you for, you know, like 20 years. So anyway, I'll check with my daughter about that one. Right, where are we now? now. Okay, and the next ones, these are my son's and my husband's coats. Okay, now we're on to the last ones now, don't worry. Now this is a vintage coat, and I don't know if you can see that. Can you see? It's absolutely gorgeous, and I think I bought this. I used to work in Luxembourg at the Court of Justice of the European Communities, and we would go up to Brussels many weekends. And this is one that I bought in a vintage store, and it's really, really long, and it's got beautifully shaped arms, but I'm not going to be wearing it again. I've worn it a few times to kind of very dressed up glamorous parties. It's really cinched in at the waist. But I'll check with Vibeke, because Vibeke loves vintage. She's a type 2, and it seems to be a type 2 thing that you like vintage if you're type 2. All those memories of the past. Right, how are we doing for time? Yeah, okay, good. Because I've got places to go, people to see today. Okay, and the last one in here, which is mine, because the rest, let me just check. Oh, hold on, 2 more. Yeah, because the other coats, I think, are my husband's and my daughter's and my son's. This one I'll be keeping. This is a very, it's a kind of white and blue coat. It's extremely warm, quite a short one, but it's great for when I'm biking. I wore it in a video last year actually when I was out in the garden. Very, very warm, so I'm definitely holding on to that one. So let me see, yeah, I've got like 3 that I can wear. And this is another vintage one, bought also in a store in Brussels, just off the Grand Place. There's a vintage store in a kind of mall. And you can see it's by a company called Split Ends. I think this is a 1970s coat, and actually I may be wearing this again. Again, it's got the kind of cinched in waist, and it's very long, and it's got a 70s vibe, but it's actually a really great camel coloured suede. So I think I'm going to hold on to that one, but not the black one. Right, okay. Let's see, are there any more here? Oh, yeah. Wow, getting rid of lots today. I remember I've had these coats, well, some of them for 30 years, some 20 years, but now that I know that I'm on the straight and narrow, on the right path with the right colours for me, I can let go of all the stuff that was just hanging on to. Right, and this is one by the North Face, and I'm sure many of you know the North Face. This is it, there we are, logo on the back. And again, I think this is one of the first coats that I bought when we moved to Copenhagen, when I realised, you know, when we were living in Luxembourg, I thought, you know, I'm Scottish, from Edinburgh, and then I moved to Luxembourg, and then I thought, you know, I'm moving to Copenhagen when I got married to my husband, and, you know, it was just like moving Europe again. No, I was moving to Scandinavia, which is quite a different thing compared to the rest of Europe. And I wasn't quite prepared for it to be so cold or have such long dark winters. And this was one of the first ones that I bought. It's a very lightweight, but very warm, and again, good for all the elements. And I'm not sure, I think I might hang on to this one because when I'm out, you know, like shoveling snow, and sometimes we're shoveling snow from the end of November right through to March, then it's good to have something like this, not be wearing, you know, one of my nicer coats. So I think I'll hold on to that one. And then the last couple that I have, hold on, I need different hangers for these. This one you've seen me wearing a lot. I love this red coat. It's a red kind of boucle coat from Zara. It wasn't expensive, and it's not a terribly warm coat, but I like this one for when I am in town because it's not too heavy. And one of the things that I like to do, let me just grab it from upstairs. Ta-da, I'm back. One of the things that I like to wear underneath a coat like this, you know, if it's a kind of more of a kind of autumn or spring coat, I find that I can get a lot more mileage from it by wearing it with one of these. Now, I don't know if you've seen these before, but these are just the little puffer jackets. They're very, very light ones that go into their own little carry bag. And I find these really useful for, you know, when we're traveling. Like last year when we went to Japan, we weren't quite sure how warm it was going to be, and we took our puffer coats with us, my daughter and myself. And these ones, you can see here, it just gives you that extra layer, and then you can put your other one on top, and then if it gets kind of too hot, you can take off. It just gives you that extra layer of warmth, so that this coat can kind of go right through the seasons. And here's my daughter's one. She's got a black one. And also, they're great when you're traveling, because when you're on the plane, you can use them as a little pillow, or you can use them as a little blanket. And again, they just kind of pop out like that, and they're really light and easy to wear. So anyway, I've got this one, this red one. Whew, hold on, that's really hot. And then I've also got this grey coat. Let me just pop it on the hanger so you can see it. This is another one, was it from Zara? Yeah, it's another Zara one. And this is a very light heathered grey, which I believe is one of the T1 greys. They're not marked on the card, but if it's got enough white in it, T1s can get away with wearing it. So, woohoo! So let me see, I've got about five different winter coats that I can kind of choose between. And I've got about 6, 7, maybe 8 that I'm letting go of today, and will be taking with me to the close-up party. Hooray! So big cheers for everybody all around. I hope you managed to do some decluttering today, or maybe you did some folding of laundry. Oh, please don't worry about the noises off screen. I've just been running the last of my laundry, my lull for the day, my load of laundry. So anyway, I'm going to move these out of here, get them into the bags for the close-up party, and I shall be back with you very soon. So anyway, Diane in Denmark saying live long and prosper, keep nice and warm out there wherever you are, and I shall see you very soon. Okay, bye for now.